Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining our webinar tonight. Tonight's webinar is Be a Role Model and Live Life on Your Own Terms. And nobody better to talk about this subject tonight than Maria Constantine. So for those of you that don't know Maria, she actually is an executive supervising coordinator with Motives Cosmetics. And that basically means that she's earned between 15,000 and 16,000, 17,999. I can't talk tonight. Dollars in a 4-week pay cycle. She's also a $1 million club member, which means that she's earned in excess of $1 million in commissions. That doesn't mean that she's sold that. That's what she's earned. So thank you so much for joining us tonight, Maria.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor and a pleasure.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you here because I feel like there's so many people out there that can kind of relate to not only what you used to do, but what you've done with your life now. So why don't you start by sharing with everybody how you came across Motives and what your journey has been like because of that?
Well, it all started before Motives. I mean, I didn't know that our company had Motives. I started with the isotonics and I had Lyme disease and I tried out some products. And being an art teacher at that time, of course, I always did makeup and on the side. When we launched our Motives, that was just like something so special for me. So I started out right in the beginning with the Motives and it just 21 years later, I hate saying that. I started when I was 10, I always say.
Yes.
Where did the time go? But within 2 years, I was able to match my teaching income and then stay home with my children. I have three beautiful girls. They're now older, 19, almost 19, 17, and almost 13. So, and they all love makeup, which is wonderful.
Yeah, that's definitely a plus.
Yes.
So you came across Motives. Tell us about, like you said, that you came across the health and nutrition first. Like, tell us about that a little bit.
So the health and nutrition was amazing because of the delivery system, our isotonic delivery system, and I had exhausted all possibilities with the Lyme disease and medications and other therapies, and nothing seemed to work. So when I started taking our OPC3, which is one of my favorites, it's not only for a million different things, but it is also for beauty. And now we have our beautiful beauty blend, which is hyaluronic acid, biotin, and all that fun stuff. But I started with the OPC3 in high doses, 4 to 6 capsules a day, and my whole life changed. The symptoms started to go away. I started adding more of the isotonics, and now that I was feeling better on the inside, well, of course, then what else does this company have? And that's when I dabbled into the skincare, which Vita Shield was out then, Skintelligence. We had some great products, and we still have those products today, 21 years later, that are just rocking. And then the makeup. And, we went through some transitions and additions and retransformations. But I remember vividly sitting at convention, which is coming up soon. I cannot wait. I've been to all of them. And February 6th, 7th, and 8th, make sure you mark your calendars. I sat there, and this was when I basically matched my teaching income within 2 years. And then when I had my first daughter, 4 years into it, I was about $4,500 a month in commissions. And I sat in the audience, and Lauren Ridinger came up and announced that she was branding her name on the line, and I knew it. I said, I'm going to be a millionaire, because her passion, her dedication, just my mentor for so many years. She's just such a powerful, beautiful woman. I was ecstatic. And about not even 6 weeks later, I hit national. I like to skip these levels. So I skipped one level and went right to national, which is 10,000 every 4 weeks. Nobody could tell me that this company isn't life changing. From day one, my first paycheck, which is $300, was 4 months in to the company. And it was just, I didn't know sales. I was an art teacher. I didn't even like the way they were drawing out the plan back then. I wasn't even paying attention. But it all, duplication and how we teamwork.
Hmm.
make this dream work. I mean, I never imagined making that kind of money. My goals were totally different as an art teacher than it is today, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's just it. And I love that about you because you weren't in the beauty industry prior, but I feel like you really found your passion, not only with motives, but the skincare, and you've just blossomed into this like wealth of knowledge. But and I'll have you talk about that too, but I feel like it all goes hand in hand. Like with you having such great results with the health and nutrition products, like the way that you help people now because of that is just is unbelievable.
Well, it is a passion of mine
Mhm.
because, you can change people's lives. If you're feeling terrible on the inside, it's not easy to feel beautiful on the outside and look beautiful.
Yeah.
I know sometimes when I work with some people that are really sick, it's really hard. But having that inner outer beauty concept and these amazing products is totally awesome. Now, for me, it was a little easier, I think, because, we only had a handful of products then. So it was much easier to learn. And, I'm always consistent in my learning. I love the knowledge. And I learned little by little. Where you're coming on board today, some people can get overwhelmed because we really do have
Mhm.
something so incredible here that, I mean, so many products and services. But yet, I mean, just,
Yeah.
I love it. But, it could be overwhelming, but it's a good, overwhelming feeling.
Yeah, and so why don't you kind of share with everybody, 'cause we may have some guests that, aren't really sure about our company and what we're doing. So why is it that we have so many products now versus when you started years ago?
Well, the one powerful thing that I think everybody should know is the product brokerage concept that we have, and that we don't manufacture any of our products. They're all exclusive manufacturers that bring out the best products based on customer surveys, distributor trials. And I mean, we really do our due diligence to bring products and services that are selling out there in the market. So we don't have to like sell. It's already there. People are aware of it. We just have a better delivery or a better formula than everybody else, or the customization that we have is so superior to anything. I'm a makeup junkie, skincare junkie. I will try everything. I try other brands. I feel bad because I never finish them because I'm like, oh, this does not compare to Pentaxel or VitaShield. So, I encourage everybody to try what's out there, the new things. But because of our product brokerage concept, that we have to have those statistics, those results in our products. And if those products that we have were not so powerful, then our marketing plan would not be as powerful as it is, which we'll hopefully get into a little bit about that.
Mhm.
The retail product profit is amazing. You get over a 200 and some odd percentage on our custom blend foundations. They're so proprietary. I mean, but because of where they come from, you're taking manufacturers all over the world, the best top products that are selling, people wanting, bringing it into your arsenal to recommend. I mean, it just can't get any easier than that. So I'm really passionate about that.
Yeah, and like not only that, like you said, I mean the price of everything, like, for example, when you look at our skincare, when you look at the ingredients and things like that, the price is just absolutely unheard of.
Oh, absolutely. When someone says to me, can you compare this to yours? And I'm like, no, it's like apples and watermelons because, just our Vita Shield, which is our, I guess we have different types and different prices and so on. Our Vita Shield OPC triple serum, which has OPC3 in it, coenzyme Q10, hyaluronic acid, heather extracts, just that alone in that little thing where it's sealed, so no, it doesn't oxidize. I mean, the delivery system is there. That would be $150 for a $10 10-day vial, where we can get the whole kit, 40-day kit for 110. Like,
Mhm.
that's the power behind these products. They work. Their ingredients are top notch. So to me, it's not about selling. It's just, what, once you try it, you'll see the results.
Yeah. So you mentioned earlier that in 2 years you were matching your income as an art teacher after starting with the company.
Mhm.
So why don't you let everybody know, like, I mean, gosh, like that is just so amazing. Like, how did that change your life at that point?
Well, I knew that I wanted a family and I wanted to be home with my family. So, I knew that if I wanted to leave the teaching, that I would have to bring in that kind of money. So
Yes.
I just put myself on a fast track, or, grouped my team together and said, we're going to do this. You know, um, we can't get in our marketing compensation plan, we can't get there alone. I mean, yes, I can sell the heck out of everything because I, have the knowledge and enough experience. However, in order to make it residual, we have to make our team successful. And we don't make money unless our team is making money. So I knew that I had to get their goals and gather them together and say, look, we're going to bang this out in 6 weeks, and they're like, 6 weeks. I'm like, we could do it. And that's what happened. In 6 weeks, there was about there was 3 people on one side of my business and 2 on the other. There was 5 of us, me 6, and every single one hit their goal. And I walked in. I'll never forget it. I walked in and I gave my notice. And the woman that was there was an older woman. She's very cranky, not very miserable, like. And I was like, I'm going to be, my own boss. And she actually said, she's like, you'll never make it here. Like that. I know she was so rugged and tough. And I was like, it's okay. I just knew my goals. I knew what I wanted. I love teaching. So I didn't want to, I wanted to teach, but I just wanted to teach something that was going to be more powerful, like empowering women to be at home with their kids. And, we have a joke, Lisa Grant, who's a mentor of mine, she used to say, we're home so much with our children, now we know why some animals eat their young, we have to get out.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful thing to be able to feel secure, because I mean, at that time, making $7,500 to $10,000 a month as a new mom, it was relieving. There was no pressure. I was able to spend all that time with my daughter and enjoy her. And then 18 months later, my other daughter came along, so it was kind of quick, and it was exhausting, but yet there was a team behind you that helped you to get to where you needed to go, because we work together. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So in those days, it was working with moms groups and stuff like that, just sharing the products. We had Nursery Magic, now we have SOS, which is amazing. So when the kids were like barfing all over the swings and stuff, my daughter, I told her that's her first product that she ever sold, when she puked on somebody's new swing.
Oh gosh.
And then she had acid reflux, so I gave her the digestive enzymes, and then of course other moms saw the power behind them. So it really wasn't like working. And it's 8 to 10 hours a week, if you're doing money producing activities, but moving on, and then after the children came along and you have all this time freedom, you can travel, you can do so many things, it opens your world up to a whole different ball game.
And that's so true, because we were talking right before we went live, and there's something powerful about time freedom.
Sure.
And I think that so many people they don't have it, and they don't like even know what they would do if they did have it.
Mm-hmm.
So what have you done with that time freedom?
Well, first, it's the financial freedom, right? So you get all your debts and you get all that stuff, and you're secure in your income. So that's how it all rolls out, and then you're like, wow, like, oh my gosh, I can invest, I can travel. What am I going to do? The feeling that you have, let me tell you, from now where I am right now, if I had to work as a teacher and hope that I can go see that place, one of the 7 wonders of the world, or just get away on vacation, are we going to make it? Like, I would die. I don't know. I mean, you can't. Once you taste that fine wine, you're not going to go back to, the Walmart $2 whatever.
Yeah.
So the power behind that, first it's financial, and then you find that you have that time freedom. It's like you can't understand why people don't take their own this business seriously as they could. I don't know what it is. We're programmed. We're definitely programmed. But I'm so blessed because I've been able to travel. I mean, I made a goal 4 years ago that I'm going to go to Greece for a year. That's my next goal, right?
That's next.
That just came out. But it was first 4 weeks because I didn't go in 13 years because I was just all over the place. The kids, I mean, we went other places, but I went and I said, that's it. That wasn't enough. 6 weeks the next year, and then 8 weeks. And then this time I experienced it for 4 months. You get to know, and in Greece, because that's my, background there. My dad grew up on the island and so on, but I wanted to see how people lived in another country, like not just on vacation. It's funny because on the third month, I'm like, how many beach days can I possibly have? Like, I am totally exhausted. I'm like,
I'm tired of
drink mojito every day, like, what am I going to do? I read books, I went sightseeing, we did fun stuff. But, again, it was the experience that I feel that if we really start dreaming again, because I think we've lost that. Now there's 2 parents working in the household. We're not making goals as normal, people for ourselves. We make business goals for other people's businesses, and we pray for those 2 weeks, 3 weeks, vacation a year. I think we need to start programming ourselves. Like, I want to sleep until I'm done sleeping. I don't want to get up when they tell me to get up, or come home and, you only see your kids after 5 o'clock, or, I mean, God knows when you're going to go. Time is so valuable. And I think that today is how I see it. And of course, my children, they're so smart. One of my daughters said, Mom, you're halfway done if you live to 100, and I'm like, oh my God. And she's like, and you don't know what you're going to be like, what I mean? I'm like, oh no. So now I feel pressure, like, oh my goodness, what are my goals? Where am I going? But we all have to think about that because, I got sick overnight when I had Lyme disease. I woke up completely paralyzed on the one side of my body. I couldn't speak. I had goals. I had dreams. I wanted to start my career. And in one shot, overnight, it was over, like, done. So, when people say, yeah, I'll get to that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I don't know. I just, the pressure that I feel for them, like, you better do it now, because the younger you are, the more life you're going to live. It's not, how long you live, it's how you're going to live, right? What your lifestyle is going to be. So it's power behind that. There's power behind that.
So how has this business helped you achieve that? I mean, like, I know that we have a system in place and all of that stuff, but like, I want you to let everybody know, like, because you were an art teacher before, you didn't have any business background, I'm assuming.
Nope, not at all.
What did this company give you that you were able to achieve what you have?
First of all, the dream, right? Start dreaming again, to see the possibilities on paper with our marketing plan, the training, fantastic, and the teamwork. I mean, we get 100% of everyone's efforts and sales and product usage. I mean, 100%, 100% of 100% is 100%, right? When you see that, you're not alone. You're going to do this with somebody else. You're going to help people get successful by, helping them become success. I'm sorry, you're going to be successful by helping other people get success in their life and their goals and stuff. So for me, it was very powerful. The business plan.
So now that you brought up the business plan, I know a lot of people, they'll, try to say, well, is this like a multi-level marketing? And like, I hear you work with teams and, how does that work? And I know, like, if you're a guest watching and you haven't viewed the business plan, you really do have to really understand how we are different from anything else out there, and how I believe that you can be more successful than most things out there because it is a proven business plan. But in terms, like, how would you describe that to somebody? Like, when you say we get 100% of everyone's efforts, we work in teams, like, what does that look like?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because there's a lot of plans out there. There's tons of network marketing companies out there with multiple different types of plans out there. And a lot of people they have the bad taste in their mouth because of the multi-level marketing. And the only reason is because it's very difficult to become successful with those marketing plans.
Right.
But we don't pay on any percentages, Okay, so I don't get 25% of somebody, and we don't pay on levels. We don't have any levels. We have infinity. If you have a team, you're going to generate 100% of that team. And we don't get paid on people. We are interviewing people to see if this is right for them, because we get paid exactly the same as if you're a distributor or if you're a customer. And that is powerful, because people don't understand, like, oh, don't try to get me into this thing, but I'll take some OPC3 and some custom blend. Great, because I get paid exactly the same way. And that's what sets us off from everybody else. So it is a common question. But it is what it is. The facts are the facts. We are just like a traditional business. We sell services and products to the end consumer and get paid for that, retail, as well as our bonus checks and our commission checks. So powerful stuff.
Yeah, and we also, anybody can make as much money as they want. Like, it doesn't determine like when you started your business. Like, it's not like there's somebody at the top making all this money. There's nothing like that, because like you said, there's no levels, there's no percentages, so it is very different. And even me, like, I came from a traditional business, and I was even like, wait a minute, this is so different than anything. And like, it almost like I had to really figure out like how it worked. But the only way that you can really do that is sit down with the person that invited you to watch this webinar and take a good look at it. I mean, it might not be for you, but it doesn't hurt to really dig deep and look into it and be like, how does this work? What can it do for me? Because what's great about it is we have hundreds of people actually that are in the $1 Million Club with you. And we're adding new ones all of the time. So it's definitely a system that does work, which I love. So,
and Leigh, I just wanted to say really quick, in my organization, I have people that are making more money than me, underneath me, and that have been in the business less time than me. And that's powerful, because again, I can't be successful unless my team is successful. And that to me is,
and that's so true, because like there aren't a lot of, if you really think about it, like even me being from the traditional salon industry, it is normally very competitive. Like in my salon, if there were 4 people that wanted a new client and a new client walked in, whoever got that client got that client. They didn't all like share, every bit of that client. And so it was competitive, because everybody wanted, to be busy, and everybody wanted. And so when I experienced this, it was like, wow, we all just like can work together. And 10 people working together than one person working by themselves makes a huge, huge, huge difference. And you can't really become successful unless you do help other people get what they want and achieve their dreams.
Well, the MBBA, which is the Motives Beauty and Business Academy, is just a powerful place to learn about that industry, the beauty industry, salons, spas, and even doctor's offices, because now there's like this shift. Doctor's offices, whether it is a OBGYN or a dentist, they're offering aesthetics, they're offering skincare, they're offering makeup. So it's a different time. And this is where you'll learn about how to speak to people about that. And for those of you that are in the industry, especially now that I have my aesthetics and I'm understanding the workload and, sitting in that chair, I mean, remember, I tasted that time freedom, and I was telling Leigh earlier, if clients are like, can you fit me in on Monday? I'm like, oh no, I don't work on Monday. Friday, I'm like, oh no, weekends, I'm like, I am booked. Like, I just don't want to give up that precious time that I need for my own, self. But the power behind numbers, and the power, if you have a salon or a spa or whatever, and you have multiple people and you're all working together selling to each client, and everybody is benefiting, like I don't sleep at night thinking about it. I just came home from one of my dentist offices, and we were just strategizing, and I'm going to be up all night just like so excited about what we're going to do for dental care and all these other things that we're going to do together for the beauty. And it's just exciting.
I know you're like so passionate about like empowering others. And I mean, like, I was listening to something, I don't even remember what it was, but they were talking about how, they can only recommend products to people. It was another hairstylist that they truly believe in that are going to help people, and they won't recommend things that they don't like. And that's so true. It's like we don't recommend things that we don't think are going to improve people's lives, and it's all about helping people, but then it's all about also helping people achieve their dreams, whether that is
Right.
becoming, going into the beauty industry, or maybe they are a stay-at-home mom, just want to, earn some extra money, or maybe they're going to be retiring and they don't know where their money's going to come from, so they need another, plan B. So what's cool is we do have motives in skincare are only two of many, many divisions that we have. So it's really awesome. And then when you brought up the Motives Beauty and Business Academy, that industry has evolved and changed so much that they're really searching for systems that are going to bring in more revenue, because they're really hurting. They're like trying to figure out like, how do we stay afloat with all the changes that are going on. And so we just have I feel like the perfect answer, the only answer for that. So I should let them know when that is coming up.
Yes.
We
March
do have
6th, right?
two, yeah, yeah, go ahead.
March 6th in Arizona. Where in Arizona did you mention?
I think it's in Tempe,
Okay.
Arizona.
And that's 6th through the 9th in March. And then Austin, Texas, May 15th through the 18th. It is such a powerful training. Not only is it how, to implement in these practices, but also product knowledge, personal development. I mean, it is just one of the most powerful girl, guy connected weekends, like, artists, doctor. I mean, there's all walks, all of life in there, right? There's everything from doctors to stay-at-home moms to professionals. I mean, it was very impressive. So I would definitely look into that. Ask the person who invited you here to get you the information for that. And again, going back to the skincare and the spas
Yeah.
and salons, I want to say that the hardest part, because of we've been programmed of the same kind of concept, is that you're getting paid multiple times on the same product. The one product that you're going to sell, you're going to get paid multiple times on that. And it's a product that's going to change their skin. It's going to change their insides. It's going to change their outside. I mean, it's just, that's the hardest part, because it's almost unbelievable. I tell my salon owners that are brand new, and some that are on board for a while, that they just can't understand. It's so good to be true.
Yeah.
Like, right? But it's powerful. Leverage, I guess that's the word we should probably use. There's leverage in the products and the team. The experts are incredible at the MBBA, that you'll hear from for inner and outer beauty. I can't say enough about them. We have the best educational system in the world. I really, truly believe that. And we have one coming up, right? February 6th, 7th, and 8th, which is our in Miami. For those of you who are cold, we're freezing right now. It's actually 61 degrees and I'm frozen. I'm going to put a sweater on.
Don't complain, girl. It's like almost 0 degrees here where I am. But yeah, I'm really excited to come in. It's in 2 weeks, actually.
Yes.
I'll be flying to Miami. And I'm so excited because, of course, I work with corporate, so I know what we're all launching. And I'm super excited about just where we're going this year with the brand. We've got exciting things coming out all throughout the year. But you're going to hear about a lot of them at our convention in Miami. And I know that we still have tickets available for that as well. And then right before the convention starts, we're actually having a master class with a celebrity makeup artist. I'm super excited about this because Jackie Gomez has actually done makeup, for Beyonce and Kerry Washington. And she's got a long list of A-list celebrities that she's gotten red carpet ready. And so she's going to be sharing her tips and tricks. And I know that I'm going to learn a ton from her. So she's going to be doing her masterclass on February 4th. You can get tickets for that on Eventbrite. So you can just search Miami area. And then we're giving away I think it's like $400 worth of swag and products. And the tickets are only $249. So it's crazy. I'm like, we're giving away more swag than this class I would think would normally be probably over $1,000 in our industry is what I would be used to paying for that. And then February 5th, we're actually having a skincare class where one of our master estheticians or medical estheticians is going to be talking about how she's, been successful in the industry with the brand. But I mean, we need to touch on that with you. I know we're kind of getting running out of our time, but you were actually so inspired by, just kind of dabbling in the industry that you actually went to school, right, to become an esthetician.
I did. I found a nice little studio in one of my doctor's offices, and at first I was just doing consultations with him through the nutrimetrics and the vitamins and supplements, and of course, always recommending our amazing skincare and makeup. And once the studio became available, I said, you know what, I'm going to have my studio. I'm just going to put all my makeup in one place, and I did that for about a year. And then I was, when, like I said, when you have the time, you're like, okay, what am I going to do now? And I always loved, of course, the skincare and stuff. I'm like, you know what? All these great new techniques and stuff in the skincare industry. I want to go to medical aesthetics. So I did that, and I was able to complete an 8-month course in 2.5 months. I got all my medical stuff in there, but I had the time. I could go full time. I can, I'm not doing anything tonight. Let me go. And I banged that out, and I'm still finishing up some awesome like fibroblasts and all that fun stuff. And then I just kind of turned it into a makeup studio / aesthetics studio. And like I said, I was just, now it's getting busy and we're doing everything. I got my license to tattoo, eyeliner, and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
I have the knowledge, and I wanted the knowledge. I'm a junkie for that. But it gives me more credibility, I think, to be able to recommend even more to people that have skin disorders or skin issues that are sometimes they're just, you can't do anything about it. They don't want to get on heavy meds. So it gives me a little edge. I love it. And my daughter now, she just turned 18, and she just switched her major, and she's like, Mom, I want to have a family one day. I want to be home. I want to be, have time freedom, and of course, residual income. So she became a distributor, and now she's finishing up. She'll be done in April, May, somewhere around there. So she can take over, and she can take over the studio, and I can travel some more and do my thing.
Well, I'm so proud of you. I mean,
thank you.
That's a huge accomplishment.
Well, it's just, you put your mind to something, you say you're going to do it, and just do it. Like I said, time waits for nobody, and you don't put it off don't put your life on the back burner, because that's the most important thing. And it's a good lesson to your children and your family. My girls understand leverage, they understand time freedom, they understand residual. They're not going to be okay with the job thing. They have that now, and they're like, oh my gosh, can you believe this? You've got to be paid your worth. And you really need to go down deep, and that's what this company can give you. We teach you how to pull that out, because everybody has something to offer, and everybody is great in their own way. And that's what life is all about.
That's so true. So I have to ask you, because I know a lot of people ask me, what is your favorite skincare product that we have?
Oh, for real.
Only one? You're like, wait.
I have a couple bathrooms, so I have something in every one, But my main routine is, and I do switch it up a lot because I love our stuff, but at my sink, I have Lumiere de Vie face wash and the creams and stuff. And then in my shower, I have cellular, and sometimes I switch them out. But occasionally, because we live in a seasonal place, and sometimes you need a little, the timeless. So I switch my face washes quite a bit. But I will say, one, Lumiere de Vie and cellular, because anti-aging. Never let myself get old. That was another selfish thing about this skincare that I wanted to learn about. But Pentaxel also. I can't really pick a favorite. Can you?
No.
I can't.
No. I guess if I had to pick like a favorite, it would definitely be anti-aging products. I would have to say that it's the Lumiere de Vie needle-free serum. with
love.
the Pentaxel. Like those two work
But
really
the
well
serum
together.
concentrate is so awesome.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they all do different things, so I think it's really hard. But I don't think either of us look our age, so it must be working.
That's for sure. And I tell you, our isotonics in in combination, because we have a lot of our ingredients in our skincare that we can customize as well as our for our insides. And I really do believe that being able to travel around the world and see a lot of people that don't really care about their skincare routines and stuff and how they're aging versus, I mean, it's like an apple that you leave out and it oxidizes versus something that's protected and it's nice and plump. I mean, I want to be plump and firm
Yeah,
forever.
firm.
Yes.
Okay, so what about your favorite Motives product? Ooh,
Oh,
I know that's hard
custom blend, hands down. I mean, custom blend
too.
did so much for me because, well, not only for me, physically, because I had severe cystic acne, scarring, and I could not get rid of it for anything. So again, alongside with some of the supplements and stuff, and our custom blend, I was able to cover that up for a time being, and then it healed it for me. And then as I started the business, the retail profit was able to pay for all of my expenses in the business. So, you
Yeah,
know, come at the end of the year, you're like, oh my gosh, it just cost me nothing to run my whole business, and it's
it's a good
another
feeling.
powerful concept that we have. So custom blend, and I think it is perfect for a professional to start with because it's very customizable to each person. The retention rate for your clients are insane. I mean, I have people 20 years that are getting their custom blend foundations and they will not live without it. Now I moved from Connecticut to Florida. I still have customers. I have their formula. I could tweak it. Now that we have such amazing social media, send me a picture. Let's get on the phone really quick. Let me see what you're battling with. I mean, you can really build an empire across the world anywhere they have internet.
That's
So it's pretty powerful.
that is really true. Well, I just really appreciate, I know you're a busy woman just like me, and I appreciate you taking time out tonight
My
just to
pleasure.
share your story. And I can't wait to see you in 2 weeks. I miss you. I
Me
miss
too.
all of like everybody.
I
We come from
know.
all over the world actually. We'll have people there.
Yeah.
But anything you want to leave people with, like any last thoughts?
Yeah, just time waits for no one. You have to really start digging down and finding out what you really were dreaming about. When we were kids, we were dreamers, and then all of a sudden we get into this rat race. I think that we need to get together with your families and yourself and be honest with yourself. Are you happy? Just think about that. Am I happy doing what I'm doing? And this doesn't mean that you have to give up what you're doing. You just incorporate it in the middle and in the middle of what you're doing. And there's a team behind you to help you. And it's so imperative that you live life to the fullest. I mean, I just can't explain it. If you can live in my shoes one day and just see the freedom, then it's different. But just start dreaming again and just understand that there's a great plan, there's great products. At least try the products so you can see for yourself. Come to some of our amazing events and
Yeah.
just don't let your life just drift away because boom, it goes like that. It really does. So
Yeah, it does. I love that advice. And it's like, just take action and do something. So,
yeah.
we're going to leave everybody tonight. Like, if you want more information on what we're talking about, if you're like, what are these women talking about? Reach out to the person that invited you to watch this video. Otherwise, visit motivescosmetics.com. We have lots of information on there. Just contact somebody and evaluate what we have. And if it's something that you're excited about, we welcome you and we're excited for you and we'll help you all along the way. So thank you so much for being
Thank
here tonight.
you.
I appreciate it. And thank you all for watching. And have a great week. We'll actually be back next week with our next guest. Her name is Kay Zhu, and she's also going to be talking about, what's made her successful, how she has time freedom, and what she's doing now because she's got quite the life too. So I can't wait to hear from her as well. You can visit Motives by Lauren Reidinger on Facebook and get the registration information for that. But thanks, everybody.
Thank
Have a good
you.
night.
Good
Bye.
night.
Thank you.
Bye.